The marble floors of the Carlton estate gleamed like liquid silver under the chandelier light as Adam Sterling, a man whose net worth could bankrupt cities, stood by the staircase, his jaw tight, his anger cold and precise. Adam was brilliant but ruthless, a billionaire CEO known for dismissing people without hesitation, without emotion, without ever looking back. Today was supposed to be just another ordinary morning, but with a tone like a judge delivering a final sentence, he called for Maria, the maid. She stood trembling before him, her blue uniform perfectly ironed, her hands slightly cold as she clutched them together, trying not to break. Adam held the tiny ceramic vase, shattered and beyond repair, something that belonged to his late wife, his world, his only softness. Maria had accidentally broken it while cleaning, and Adam's voice cut the air like a blade. "Pack your things. You're done here by noon." A single tear slid from her eye, but she nodded silently, because life was never fair to her anyway. Years of struggle had taught her how to swallow pain quietly. She turned away slowly, but before she could leave, a small voice echoed down the corridor, her son, Leo, no more than 4 years old, toddling toward the men in the navy blue suit. His tiny hand tugged at Adam's coat, innocent eyes wide, unaware of wealth or power or consequences. He beckoned Adam with a finger, tiptoeing up to whisper in his ear, and the world stopped breathing. What came out of that child's lips pierced deeper than any sharp word or memory could, something so gentle yet devastating it shattered Adam's rage instantly. "Mommy cries every night when you're sad." Adam froze. His hand loosened. His heart, long buried under business deals and numbers, stuttered like it had been defibrillated by truth. He pulled back to look at the child, confused, shaken. "When I sleep," Leo continued, voice trembling, "she says you miss someone who's gone. She talks to the stars and asks them to make you smile again." The room fell silent. Maria's hands flew to her mouth, eyes wide with horror that her son had spoken such intimate truth, and Adam felt the years of grief he had locked away thunder back like a storm. His late wife, Anna, gone 2 winters ago. The vase was the last physical piece of her, or so he believed. He had clung to it like a lifeline, thinking if he lost it, he'd lose her all over again. He thought anger would protect him from pain, but instead it built walls around a dying heart. He had never known Maria noticed. He had never known that she heard him at nights, pacing, failing to sleep, drowning in memories. And he had never known she wept for him, a man who was about to take away her only source of income just to silence his own grief. Suddenly, the vase seemed meaningless. He sank to one knee in front of the child, his voice unsteady. "She talks about me." Leo nodded. "She says you're good inside. Just broken." Maria gasped and tried to pull her son away, stammering apologies, expecting the firing to turn into rage, punishment, humiliation. But instead, Adam suddenly embraced the little boy, something he hadn't done with another human in years. His voice cracked like old glass. "Your mommy is right." He looked up at Maria, truly seeing her for the first time, not as staff, but as a human being with a heartbeat, a mother who prayed for a stranger's healing. "I'm the broken one," he whispered. Maria shook her head, tears falling freely now. "We're all broken in some places, sir. But broken doesn't mean worthless." Adam slowly rose to his feet, the man who once stood above empires now feeling smaller, humbled. "You're not fired," he said, voice deep with sincerity. "In fact, you deserve more than this house ever gave you." And for the first time, Adam asked her a question, something he never did with employees. "What dream did you leave behind to work here?" Maria blinked, stunned. She confessed she once studied to be a nurse, but poverty and responsibility had crushed it into forgotten dust. Adam's eyes softened, the kind of softness a billionaire rarely allows. "Go finish your studies," he said with conviction. "I will pay for everything." Maria collapsed into silent sobs, not the sobs of despair, but of relief and miracle. Leo hugged Adam's leg, and Adam finally felt something warm in his chest, after years of numbness. Grief didn't vanish, but the walls cracked just enough for light to enter. Weeks passed, and the mansion changed. Laughter returned to its hallways, not from wealth or luxury, but from healing souls finding their way back to life. Maria studied at night and worked with a new sense of purpose. Adam helped her with textbooks, while little Leo became the reason Adam smiled every morning. Sometimes grief needs a whisper, not words. Sometimes the smallest voice heals the biggest wounds. The vase was gone, yet Adam realized Anna lived on not in a fragile object, but in kindness, compassion, and second chances. And every night now, he sat under the stars, not to grieve, but to thank them. Because one small whisper saved him. If stories like this touch your heart, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support gives us strength to create more emotional, powerful stories for you every day. Hit the bell icon, don't miss what's coming next.